Wilhlm Busch, Jesus, Our Destiny, book reading. Introduction. Jesus, Our Destiny was the central theme of Wilhlm Busch's long ministry in Germany as a pastor, youth leader, itinerant evangelist, and author. The original book title in German is called Jesus, unser Schicksal and is by far the bestseller of all German Christian literature. In this highly popular book of selected addresses, you will discover that Wilhlm Busch had to say what he had to say on the important theme of Jesus, our destiny. And as you do, a whole new outlook on life's most vital questions will open up before you. He was convinced that the gospel of Jesus Christ is the most extraordinary message of all times. That is why he delighted to proclaim it to great crowds throughout all of Europe. Pastor Busch made it clear to all that Jesus is the ultimate end of man's search for truth. Original title of the book is, as I mentioned before, Jesus, unser Schicksal. Quick question, who was Wilhlm Busch? Almost unknown in the English-speaking countries, Wilhlm Busch was one of the most well-known and popular evangelists in Germany in the years before and after the Second World War. His direct, frank, and personal way of preaching the biblical truth attracted thousands of people who flocked to hear him. Wilhlm Busch was convinced that the message of the gospel is the most extraordinary message of all times. His sermons, writings, in which he forcefully but simply presents a biblical answer to modern man's most pertinent questions, can be appreciated by the young and old alike, the rich and the poor, the well-educated and the man in the street. Born in Wuppertal, Elberfeld, Germany, in the year 1897, Wilhlm Busch spent his youth in Frankfurt am Main, where he pursued and finished his secondary school studies. Busch served in the German army during the First World War. Though still young, he held the rank of lieutenant. There on the battlefield he met the living Saviour and gave his life to God. This decisive step was to change the course of his own life and to influence the lives of many thousands in years to come. When the war was over, Wilhlm Busch studied theology at Tübingen, after which he entered the ministry and served as a pastor in the Lutheran Church, first at Bielefeld, then in a mining area, and at last in the city of Essen. He was pastor and youth leader there until the time of his death, but throughout his entire ministry he traveled extensively in all of Germany and other European countries, preaching God's words everywhere. Because he adopted the strong, uncompromising position of the German confessing church against the intrigues of the Third Reich and the life of the church, and dared to proclaim his faith openly, Busch was imprisoned several times by the Nazis. At the end of the Second World War, Wilhlm Busch once again took up his travels as an itinerant evangelist, and in 1966, after several decades of incessant labors, the Lord called his servant to himself. The book has got the following chapters. Is God, yes, but why Jesus? The next one is What is life all about? Which one is it? So again, the first chapter, God, yes, but why Jesus? The second chapter, What is life all about? The third chapter, I don't have time. The fourth chapter, Beware, danger ahead. The fifth chapter, What should you do? The sixth chapter, How can God allow such things? The seventh chapter, Our right to love. The eighth chapter, Can we talk to God? The ninth chapter, I just can't believe. The 10th chapter, How can we enjoy life if our faults and failures weigh us down? The 11th chapter, You get on my nerves. The 12th chapter, Things have got to change, but how? The 13th chapter, Not for me. 14th chapter, Is there any certainty in religious matters? 15th chapter, Is religion a private affair? 16th chapter, When will the end come? 17th chapter, What's the use of walking with God? Okay, the chapters of the book, Jesus, Our Destiny, will be read. Please refer to the additional files on whatever channel you're watching this, either YouTube or the website or wherever else it may be. Okay, this is all about Wilhlm Busch, Jesus, Our Destiny, his famous book.